Dogs can be the sweetest creatures, crawling up to you and giving you those irresistible eyes, or showing their excitement when they see you walk through the door. With the emergence of emotional support dogs, service dogs, dogs are becoming more important to the human race. But despite these lovable qualities, dogs can also be a pain in the ass. Almost every dog owner has reached that point of frustration, that point where it just seems like your dog wants to drive you crazy. But we always end up forgiving them, right? However, here are 5 embarrassing situations your dog could put you through. Do you think you would have the heart to forgive them? Let's find out. Number 1. Tearing up an important document or a prized possession. It is completely natural to leave your work documents around the house, especially if you stay alone with just your pet. If you have a workspace, there is a higher chance all your work documents are situated in one space. What would you do if you realized one day that your dog had torn up a document that would take ages to get again? It can be difficult to assess your reaction, unless it happens to you. Bored dogs are always known to chew shoes and clothes. What would happen if your dog suddenly chews up your most expensive shoes? Forgive and forget? I guess we'll never know. Number 2. Hiding underwears. Who said dogs can't pull off magic tricks? Ever heard of disappearing panties and briefs? Some breeds of dogs are notorious for playing with shoes and clothes, much to the chagrin of their owners. But what if your dog suddenly develops an interest in your underwear? Would you forgive your canine for dragging them all around the house? Here's the story Lupe Egon narrates to Vet Street. Our dog Amun loves to move things that are not his toys around the house. One day, we discovered that he loves to take my husband's underwear and leave them all over the backyard. We try really hard to keep them away from him, to no avail. He always manages to find a pair and promptly takes them outside. The good news, he takes only my husband's, not mine. He never damages them either. We can only wonder what the neighbors are thinking. Those two people must have some wild times. No, but the dog is happy. While this might seem like fun for Lupe's dog, most dog owners will find it unforgivable. Number 3. Biting. It's embarrassing enough that your dog would bite your friends or other members of your family, but it becomes unforgivable when your dog bites you. Your dog can bite you for several reasons, ranging from fear to stress and anxiety. It could also mean that your dog is feeling jealous and wants to protect her owner. Since these creatures are unable to talk, it can be incredibly difficult to understand their body language. However, when you notice that your dog is exhibiting aggressive behavior, it is important that you take him or her to the vet immediately. At the same time, you would eventually need to forgive your dog after that unfortunate bite. Number 4. Humping. Almost every dog owner finds it embarrassing when their dog suddenly starts humping another dog. And this isn't without reason. Humping feels like a sexual act and is frowned upon by many. We can all agree that humping another dog is embarrassing. But do you know what is even more embarrassing? Your dog humping the legs of a stranger. While this might seem like an elaborate joke, dogs humping the legs of humans happens almost all the time and can be a really embarrassing sight to watch. However, it is important to note that humping is not totally sexual for dogs. It could be used to gain social status. It could be done while playing. It could be a response to stress. It could mean your dog is overexcited. And it could be also the start of a compulsive behavior. Dr. Brian Ogle, the lead anthrozoology instructor at Beacon College, explains, "This often is not a sexually motivated behavior. Instead, it is often created out of a poorly socialized dog who cannot handle new situations or properly express excitement, such as going to the park or a new visitor coming over. Because it releases pent-up energy created by the situation, the dogs find it perfectly normal and will continue the behavior if not redirected. The first step is to find out what triggers the behavior. Once the trigger has been identified, working to avoid or eliminate the trigger may resolve the issue. However, training and exercise may also be used to help correct the problem. Whatever your dog's reasons are, it is advised that you dissuade this behavior as soon as you notice it. Teach your dog to stop humping right from his puppy days, and he will not embarrass you in public with his humping skills." Number 5. Peeing on your bed. Some dog owners make sure their dogs sleep on their own cots so as to avoid stories like this. Having your dog pee on your bed ranks high in the list of unforgivable dog behaviors. Nobody wants to wake up with such a stench coming from right beside them. No matter how much you love your dogs, only a few things come close to this. For starters, it is wet and smelly, and you would have to clean up without the help of your dog, because what do dogs know about cleaning up? It is best to make sure your dog sleeps in their own beds. But if you want your furry buddy in bed with you, then you might have to go back to potty training. Have you been in any of these embarrassing situations? Tell us about them in the comments section. Did you eventually forgive your dog? We are willing to learn from you. Stay tuned and watch the next video for more exciting and entertaining videos about our furry friends.